Welcome all my lovely goblins and ghouls of the internet, all the vampires and witches and psychics and all the other creatures of the Anne Rice universe, immortal universe, whatever you want to call it. They got a new trailer or a snippet, and it's only 45 seconds. Not sure what you would call this, of the vampire Lestat. This came out about almost a week ago. I haven't really had a chance just to sit down and do anything, so I'm happy I get to finally just break this down with you. I've seen it a couple times already, and so far I'm loving what I'm seeing. I love what I'm seeing. Very different so far from the book, but then again, that's kind of what season 1 and 2 did for the first novel. Let's check this out. Sorry, let's get this off. Okay, let's check this out.
Could you state your name for the camera, please? I am the vampire Lestat.
All right, so far so good. So, like, we're gonna see, like, throughout the little video that we are getting several, I guessing, different interview points with Daniel and Lestat, which I'm so happy that it's Daniel interviewing Lestat. It makes sense for the show, and I love it that it kind of looks like it's gonna be like this big production, like Lestat is going on live TV, which actually was a theory that I was having for the season for like a while back that Lestat was going to give some big live TV interview. So I'm happy that my prediction was somewhat right.
Could you state your name for the camera, please? I am
And
the
the
vampire
vampire
Lestat.
Lestat.
I am a god.
I'm loving this shot right here. How they chose to flip the image and have the AMC logos upright. It gives it the look that Lestat is almost flying, which we all know that he can. Yeah, I love that we can see a little bit more of this odd scar. Guys, remember that this scar was not here in the first two seasons, which can always be explained as Louis not bringing the scar up because he was still kind of pissed off at Lestat and wanted to make him look bad. Or it could be something new that Lestat just got, but thinking vampires don't really have scars. And if he was, I wonder what the scar is from. Was it when he was tortured in Paris? Was it something that happened between um 1949, which I think is when he left Paris, between 1949-ish to current day?
My music.
Him um hallucinating Louis in the crowd. And I love I didn't notice this at first, but someone did point out this is I think the clothes Louis was wearing when Lestat turned him too. So this is the version of Louis that he wants to see, or a version of Louis that he remembers or loves the most.
Why now?
And I'm not sure what's happening here, but Lestat, he looks drugged out or pissed. Like he looks terrified. Actually, he looks terrified. So I try and tell. It's just like can't really tell by his surroundings, but this could be a flashback when he meets certain characters.
Why now? You and Louis talking again?
I love that. I love we get to see a casual Lestat just having fun, bring out his cell phone, which is still kind of odd with the vampires.
You and Louis talking again?
Like, bro, you do not want to start this fight. You do not want to start this fight. Lestat's about to fuck him up if he says one more word. All right, so here we see things we saw in the other trailer. Lestat having this weird car crash, either from some hallucination or somebody messing with him. Another shot of Baby Jenks, which is a character from the third novel, but they're really playing with her, so she's gonna be very different from the books. Which I don't know, I really like Baby Jink's little chapter in Queen of the Damned, but if they're gonna make it like a more full rounded character, let's see it. Let's see how they do it. Let's see how they do it. And then we get this guy, our lovely the vampire Sam Barclay, which I didn't think we're gonna get him back so fast. I thought he was gonna stay away for a while or not come back at all. Or maybe he'll come back during like season 4 or 5 when we get the Great Vampire Massacre. Shit. Spoilers. Spoilers. There's gonna be a vampire massacre. That's all I'm gonna tell you. But yeah, I wonder if he's gonna have some big significant role. Is Sam? I'm about to say Sam. Is Louis and Lestat gonna hunt him down to for revenge or for something? Is he gonna be taken by the Talamasca? Who knows? And then Lestat just breaking his guitar, which I wonder what when is this context? Is this Lestat when he first meets the band is pissed off at them? If this is when he first reads Louis' book and he's furious? Or just them actually practicing their music and the bandmates, his human lovers, his companions, they're pushing a little too far in Lestat's past. I really want to know why he's so mad right now. Lestat and Gabriella, which if I don't, and I don't know if I said before, but yes, this is Lestat's mother, who he made a vampire. Which spoiler, sorry, but you can tell this is modern day, so she has to be a vampire. And they look like they're having a fond moment, which is actually no. Lestat looks kind of iffy, or she looks having the fun. And that is kind of their weird dynamic. And I won't go into full spoilers, but they have a weird dynamic. And Gabriella is kind of like a conflicted character in the fan base, as far as I can tell. Is either I think the good way to describe her is she's a very interesting character, but when it comes to her being a mother into Lestat, she's a horrible fucking person. Interesting character, a horrible mother. And there's got Louis all bloody and deranged, probably torturing Bruce or Killer. We've seen this image several times. And this is like a little flippet of Lestat's concert. Debuts this summer, which could be a little more. Wish we could add a little bit more. But we do have something else that popped up. So let me see if I can find it. We got some fresh look at some interview with the vampire Lestat merch. We got this cool looking shirt, which awesome. But we also got this list of tour dates on the back. Now, are we actually going to get a tour of the vampire Lestat? Is Sam Reed going across America and performing all these places? Of course not. I wish he was. I wish he was. I would definitely go to a couple of these, which I could probably make. I would definitely go to see that. See at least a couple shows if I could. But I wonder if this is also kind of like little hints and not Easter eggs, but little hints that where Lestat is going to be throughout the season. Could be, New Orleans or Louisiana. But we're just gonna start in Seattle. It makes its way to LA. It makes its way to DC. I wonder if we're actually gonna see a couple of these places throughout the season. Maybe that's too much. Maybe that's too much for this season. I'm not sure. Be kind of cool though. We do know so far, another post that I can't find, that the season has officially, at least officially for now, been set to 7 episodes, which is slightly disappointing because we only get 7 weeks with this amazing show. I was hoping it was going to be at least 8 or more, but beggars can't be choosers. And if we're going with the 7 episodes, I think my initial guess was right that this season might just stop at when Lestat leaves Paris, or maybe it's gonna cover a good more of the book because there was that one shot in the first trailer. There was that one shot where we see a Lestat being dragged out of the earth and someone giving him their blood. Now, someone who's read the book a couple times, I know a scene that it is in, and I'm not gonna spoil what's happening, but that scene takes place way after Lestat leaves Paris. So that's likely maybe that's a different scene altogether. Maybe that's something they made up for the show. But I think how at least this is how I was structured it. But I think how we're going to have it is Lestat is touring across America, and Daniel somehow, probably without full permission, finds his way onto Lestat's tour bus, and eventually he convinces Lestat to do the interview. In between the various concerts, we have Lestat slowly interacting with Louis, trying. They kind of hate each other, but they love each other. Lestat wants to know why Louis made up all that awful shit in the book, or maybe Lestat has to kind of realize maybe a lot more of it was true, or maybe Louis will own up to why he made up the lies. And while that's going on, we'll get of course, the interview flashbacks of Lestat's childhood, when he killed the wolves, when he moved to Paris, when he met Magnus and the original Paris Coven. I think that's mostly what the season will cover because the um, the part where Lestat could kind of mimic season one too, because in season one they stayed in New Orleans the whole time, and then for the break between season one and two, that's when they travel to Europe. Because Lestat and Gabriella, small spoilers, do some traveling of their own, and I think that if they want to expand on that, that'd be better for like a season two. But then again, I don't know. That's just my thoughts so far. But yeah, loving this. I'm loving everything we're getting so far. The show. I'm so happy it's coming back. It's been so long. I hate that we had to wait for like almost 2 years now, right? 2 years. Season 2 was in 2014. Sucks. It sucks, but if it's no, they're taking their time, it's gonna lead to an amazing product. So only time would tell, but I have the best faith in this show. And supposedly we're gonna get another song next month. I don't know. They kind of made it a little weird when I read that little article, but I think we're gonna get some new songs every now and again before the season premiere. So that's awesome. I also heard that apparently season four was supposed to pop up. Not season four. It was supposed to pop up around April, but I think that was a rumor, or it's getting moved to closer to the summer, so probably May or June. So fingers crossed, we'll get an official release date sometime soon. But yeah, that has been the Vampire Lestat. A new interview begins. And I've been Hanyo, your Demon Cinephile. Oh yeah, and it's was it yesterday? It was Sam Reed's birthday. Our vampire Lestat officially turned 39. So happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Sam Reed. Happy birthday to you. And that's gonna be in the video because I don't know how to end shit. So bye bye.